Hi OJ, I have a confession that I need to get off my chest. I want to remain anonymous, but I think it's time someone heard my side of how I collect used condoms for an MP in East Legon for rituals. So here it goes. I am a young Nigerian lady who works at a lodge. Not the kind of place you imagine glamorous vacations, but more of a guest house that people pass through daily. It was never supposed to be anything special, just a way to make ends meet. I spend my days scrubbing floors, making beds, and picking up after strangers who barely say a thank you. Times were hard until I stumbled into a world I never knew existed. A world that pulled me deeper into darkness with every passing day. It all started as a regular day. I was cleaning one of the rooms, about to dump the trash, when I spotted a used condom on the bedside table. I reached out to throw it away, but something made me pause. Memories of a conversation I had with an MP who frequents the guest house came rushing back. He is a Ghanaian, and we met a few times at the guest house and had casual conversations. But he was different, mysterious, and he looked very rich. One day, he took me to his place in East Legon, a fancy apartment that seemed a world away from my life at the lodge. He hinted that I could make serious money from items like this used condoms. I remember him laughing, telling me that people had no idea what kind of powers these things possess. I thought he was joking, just another one of those crazy stories people tell. But now, OJ, standing here in that room with the used condom in my hand, I felt curious and asked myself, what if? So I reached out to him. His excitement on the other end of the line was visible on the phone. He invited me back to his apartment, promising me $2,000 for every used condom I could bring to him. The sound of easy money was too strong to ignore. Working at the lodge, OJ, I had access to every room and what people left behind. It wasn't hard to slip a few used condoms into a small bag whenever I found them. At first, it felt like a harmless hassle, but then things got strange. He started inviting me into his home more often. His apartment, so beautiful from the outside, was a different world inside, filled with glass bottles containing murky liquids, herbs, and candles that bright with a strange glow. He told me he had rituals, spiritual practices that claimed could make people wealthy beyond their wildest dreams. Now is the perfect time to hit the subscribe button, share, comment, and like this story. It's how you can keep me bringing you more stories and confessions. Please subscribe, and trust me, you don't want to miss out on the end of the story. Let's go. One night, he had a client, a fellow MP. He performed a ritual that made my skin crawl. He mixed the content of one of the used condoms into a bowl with herbs that looked like ashes and made the man chant in a strange language I didn't understand. As he poured the mixture into a glass, he added blood or something. The man drank it all, shaking with each gulp. He promised him that his life would change very soon, that money would flow to him like water. I watched from the corner, horrified, yet unable to look away. The MP kept records of every client, their names, sums of monies, and their debts. It was like he had some sort of hold over them. He claimed it wasn't criminal, just spiritual. But there was a darkness that I couldn't shake. And every time I took a new batch of used condoms to him, I felt like I was sinking deeper into something evil. Then came the nightmares, OJ. I once dreamt of a man with a long shadow that appeared over me, pinning me down, suffocating me. I woke up drenched in sweat, feeling an itch that wouldn't go away. When I told him, he just laughed, like it was some sort of joke, and handed me some money to buy whatever I wanted. The way he knew exactly what it was felt like he was connected to my dreams. Despite it all, OJ, I kept going. I needed the money, and part of me was too curious about what the MP was really doing. Whenever a man checked out of the lodge, I made sure to clean his room personally, pocketing whatever they left behind. It felt like I was living a double life. By day, I was a quiet lodge worker. By night, I was delivering pieces of people's life to the MP, feeding whatever dark magic he was working on. OJ, I know this is strange, but it's fetching me money more than the lodge pays. I don't know if I'm trapped or if I'm too far gone to care anymore. But I have to tell someone. Maybe I'm hoping that sharing this confession with you will lift some of the weight off my chest. Or maybe I'm just trying to make sense of it all. But OJ, this is my story. You wouldn't want to miss out on this story as the lady shares how she ended up sleeping with dogs in Dubai. Check it out.